Hey guys, something a little different here, and the reason I am doing this video is because my son has become very dirt bike curious. My wife did not want him to get a dirt bike, so naturally I got him a dirt bike. While trying to find a suitable starter bike for a young kid, we stumbled upon this electric dirt bike from Venom Motorsports. And then when we went to look for reviews or real world use or videos on it so we could kind of see what we were getting into, there wasn't a whole lot, so I figured I would make one on this bike. We're gonna go through the bike, the specs, size it up to a 110, which I would kind of compare this to, and then we will get out and try the bike as well. So with it off the crate that it came on, these are available fully assembled. They come in a couple different colors. We got the blue, they have a green. They're definitely really cool looking. They do have a protective film over all the graphics, so it keeps them from getting scratched in shipping and stuff like that. So there we go with a reveal. Super rad looking little bike. Go ahead here and just cut for a moment. I'm gonna have a really good time getting all the rest of this protective film off our graphics so we can give you guys an honest look at the bike here, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty and take her out for a rip. Cutting back now with the protective film off of the graphics. This thing looks super duper freaking rad. So this isn't any sort of paid promotion or anything like that. This is just something I wanted to do because I couldn't find a lot of real world experience with this bike. So I figured I would make a quick vid for future fathers looking to potentially get their kid on a little starter bike. So some of the specs here: length, we are 58 inches, width 24, height on the bike is 36 inches, and a 27-inch seat height. This bike has an adjustable top speed as low as 8 kilometers an hour all the way up to 40 kilometers per hour. So it does start with a key, which is pretty cool. It definitely excites young children. Has a built-in battery gauge, also a kill switch. When this guy's activated, you're unable to throttle the bike. It also kills it in the event of emergency. And then we have our twist throttle there. Then we're gonna get into what is under there. I'm gonna go over to our box that came with the bike. Inside the box we have the charger and an assortment of tools, almost every basic hand tool you would need to service or take apart or assemble the bike. Also some extra hardware. This, I believe, is the guy that I am after here. Some sort of a security Torx. Back over to the bike here, we can utilize our security Torx. I suppose they secure this so that your child can't go and activate full speed mode. There's a throttle response adjuster, anywhere from 0.2 seconds to 1 second. And then our other knob here would be our speed from minimum to maximum. So we're gonna close that back up. I know I have this set on maximum slow to start out. Then on the opposite side of the frame from the ignition, we have our little charge port there. That is pretty straightforward. So something I thought was pretty cool is the adjustable rear shock. So it's in there. It's kind of like a coilover for people who are familiar with those. You can essentially shorten the spring to make it stiffer for heavier riders. Then we have a rear disc brake. This is almost like a mountain bike style setup. These are hydraulic. Then we have aluminum rims and your standard kind of rear knobby dirt bike tire on the back. Big chain drive. Then we have the lockdowns in the rear. Really nice, very sturdy looking rear swing arm. I did like this here too. I believe these on both sides of the rear of the seat are kind of a handle. This bike has no foot controlled brakes. They're both up on the handlebars. That is a little different from a conventional dirt bike. We do have folding foot pegs, which is nice for maybe if you wipe out or something like that. Then over to the front here, we have an inverted shock. This is like a motocross style setup, something that you typically wouldn't get on your average kind of, mini bike. Then again, in the front, we also have the hydraulic disc brakes. And here you can see some more of the framework, really nice welds. This is like a really actually nice quality looking bike. Finished very, very well. And like overall, it just looks freaking rad. So right in there, you can see our electric drive engine. So this is a 1600 watt engine powered by a 48 volt lithium battery. They say it averages a runtime of up to 3 hours, depending kind of on the rider weight. The handlebars underneath of the pad here are actually adjustable like forward and backward. And you can see a bit more of our hydraulic handbrakes there. So we've actually made like no adjustments to this bike whatsoever. This is kind of just it out of the box. So on my left here, I have the rear brake. Grab it, it will lock right up. And then on the right, we have our front brake, which it will lock right up as well. So me sitting on the bike, which I'm 180 pounds, you get decent bit of compression when I get the front brakes there. The dampening is like quite nice. Like it feels quality. Like I feel like this would be nice for hitting a jump. So when I hit my safety switch, then I am into power. Whoa. Yeah, it's got pretty sweet power. Again, it is dialed down to the slowest speed at the moment. And we'll go ahead here and put her into ludicrous mode. So that's the lowest amount of delay. I really do like the adjustable speed on the fly. That is super cool. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna wheel up. So this is for my son. However, I'm certainly gonna try it out, my own curiosity. I'm gonna wheel up what I had got for myself here. So for myself, I got a Honda 110. It is really cool to see these side by side. Really good size comparison. Rear tire on the Venom bike is a little taller than the 110. Same with the front tire actually, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna get into the Honda specs because that's not what this is about. One thing I would point out is the seat height between the two. The Venom bike is a little taller than the 110, which is great for a rider that's gonna grow into it. For reference, my son is 10 years old. He has never ridden a dirt bike in his life. He knows how to ride a bicycle. As far as weight on this, it's got a good weight, like something you would want on a bike. You probably don't want it any lighter than this. All right, now that we've gone around the bike, the next thing to do is open up the garage, take it out. It is very early spring here. We still actually have snow all over our yard, but we have a good patch where we can take this out for a good ride. We're gonna try it in a few different modes. We're gonna see how my son does on it. I'm gonna try it out as well, and then we can kind of give you guys some feedback on the ride. One thing I'll mention in comparison to the Honda we bought brand new, this is new as well. The Venom 1600 Pro comes in at about half the price of the brand new Honda. For something that my son is gonna learn on, likely wipe out on a few times, I thought this was a very appetizing price point. Definitely a nice, safe bike to learn on. From here, I'm gonna go get my son. We're gonna get geared up and pull these puppies out. Following up here, we have had the bike now for 1 month. I feel like my son is riding it almost every single day. We are easily able to get 2 hours before we park it, if not 2.5 hours. We do have very uneven terrain. He's kind of been exploring and stuff like that. He is 80 pounds. So you can take that into consideration for rider weight versus battery life. Overall, we are very happy with the bike. He does really enjoy it. It's really easy for him to ride and easy for us to maintain. I would say we are completely satisfied with this for the price point and what we were looking to get out of the bike.